Most people do not understand the smart way to leverage speaking. What I'm going to show you in this video is what the smartest people do to take one speaking engagement, grow their brand, get more high quality clients, and it costs you almost nothing to do. I can't wait to show you these. I promise you will never look at another speaking engagement, you'll never look at another speaking opportunity the same way, because every opportunity is going to magnify at the highest possible level your ability to attract high quality clients and increase your brand so that your competitors will literally have no chance to catch up with you. So let's jump in and show you how it works, okay? So let's say this is you. You look really good, by the way. This is the extent of my artistic skills. So if you're expecting more, you're gonna be sadly disappointed. But right now, this could be something that was in person you did in the past, or it could be virtual, like a webinar, okay? So you do this one speaking engagement. Most people, that's where this ends. So here's what you do. You take one speaking engagement. Now, let's say you have some clients that you wanna work with, potential clients, let's call them. So you're doing a speaking engagement. The first thing that I want you to do is invite potential clients to join that speaking engagement. Now, this is why this is important. Whether they attend or not isn't really the point. So let's say you have a client you really want to get in with, but you haven't worked with them just yet. You call them up and say, hey, Sue, I'm going to be speaking, webinar or in person, at this event. I'd love for you to attend as my VIP guest. Can you make it? Well, this is going to do a few things. Number one, if they actually show up, well, then they're gonna see you present and see you rock, and then that's gonna move them over the line of actually working with you. I can't tell you how many speaking engagements I've done and reached out to potential clients of mine, inviting them, and when they show up after it, they walk up to me and say, we wanna work with you. This will happen for you. Now, let's say you invite them, but they can't make it. Here's what you just did. When you are a presenter, you're the authority figure. You wouldn't get onto a webinar or onto a stage if you weren't the person in your industry. So even if they can't come, their perception of you changes. You get elevated in their mind because you're being invited to speak. So even if they can't attend, they're going to be impacted by the fact that you can actually speak and are asked to speak. And they think that's really cool. That shifts the line, moves them closer and want to work with you. Now, let's say you have a strategic partner. Maybe it's not even a client. Maybe it's just a vendor that you really want to get in with. Or maybe it's someone who is someone you want to have a affiliate partnership with of some sort where they can refer business to you. You invite them as well. Because if that affiliate or that vendor or that partner can see you on stage rocking it, they're going to trust you more, they're going to connect with you at a deeper level, and they're going to want to work with you. So I want you to first think about who are the potential clients and who are the strategic partners you can invite to see you rock the house. Now, before you speak, you can send an email out to your list, whether you have a company-wide newsletter, whether you have a personal newsletter, or whatever it might be, letting everyone know you are going to be speaking at this event, how excited you are to speak at this event, how awesome it is, okay? So you want to do a before point of contact, okay? A before point of contact. This is just letting people know you're moving, you're shaking, you're an industry leader, you're being invited to speak about whatever it is that you talk about. So you have one point of email before you speak, letting everyone know that the option is there. Then you actually speak, okay? And then right afterwards, so we'll just call it during, okay? You talk about what the impact was like. Just finished getting off the stage. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. We had 300 of the top blotties in the industry, and I got to present with them on this idea and that idea, and it's been truly incredible to share what we're doing and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, so right afterwards, right during that day of the presentation, whether it's a webinar or in person, you can then send out another email or another piece of communication, letting people know about what you did and the impact that came from it. Then, this is very important, it's very important, we teach you exactly what to say and how to do this, so don't worry if you're not exactly sure. But this is the key that I want you to take away for now, okay? During your presentation, you're going to give certain actions that you want your audience to take and then reasons for them to reach out to you to let them know that they did those actions. So then after a week, a couple days, there are going to be a few people in your audience who actually go out and take the steps that you want them to take, and then they reach out to you. Then you have another form of communication, and we'll just call that after, where you say, oh my goodness, I just got this message from someone who attended one of my speaking engagements. I gave them this specific step to take, they took it, and now they're seeing these kind of results. This stuff jazzes me up. I'm so excited when I see people taking action based on the stuff that I shared. So now you took one speaking engagement and you, at minimum, got 3 pieces of content from it to position yourself as the leading authority and expert in your field. Okay? So it's really important that during the presentation, you give your audience something they can do and then reach out to you to let you know how the results go, and then you can celebrate with them, which is really powerful. Now, let's keep going because there's more. We're just going to keep going down this ladder here. Okay? So then you can take clips of your presentation, okay? So you can take maybe a 2-minute clip, a 60-second clip. You can take a little hodgepodge of all of them put together, and then this can go onto social media, okay? We'll just put SM for short. So you can take clips of your speaking and put them onto your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Facebook of you presenting. Now, if you're on stage, nice video on stage, doing your thing, speaking, it instantly gives authority. I mean, think about it. If you know, what's his name? Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Love Gary V. If you've ever seen his social media content, tons of his clips are him speaking on stages. Because what's being implied when someone sees you on a stage or on a webinar being interviewed or speaking is that you are the expert. You're the best. Why else wouldn't you be there? Then in terms of the clips, these are video clips here. You can also take a still, okay? Screen grab. Right? And then put a quote of something that you said during your presentation next to the screen grab of that webinar or that public in-person speaking engagement. And then that becomes another piece of content for social media, which is really, really, really powerful. Then if you speak in a really, really cool place, you can then add that to your bio. Believe it or not, adding things like invited to speak at the world's largest industry conference, frequent keynote speaker at some events like X, Y, and Z actually adds to your credibility that you can put into your personal bio. So when people looked at your LinkedIn bio, when people looked at your bio on your website or wherever they're going to find information about you, they're also going to see that you're a big deal because you are the guy who spoke or you were the girl that spoke at X, Y, and Z well-known event. And by the way, there's a way to take something that might seem small to you and make it sound much bigger. Absolutely possible, okay? So there's ways, never lie, but there's ways to take something and make it much bigger. For example, if you speak at, a local Chamber of Commerce event, you may think, oh, it's just a local event, no big deal, but you can position it as speaking in front of the city's most fantastic business leaders, right? We would massage the wording, but you get the point. Those are the industry leaders of your town, and you're the person speaking to the industry leaders of your town, so you're the leader of leaders. That's very powerful, okay? So there's a bunch more than this, by the way. There's a ton more. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much here because this is significantly more than what most people will do, right? We didn't even talk about taking the video and when it's done, sending it to past clients to let them know, hey, I did a presentation, just wanted you to see it, sending it to potential clients as another touch point to get them to potentially work with you, using that one speaking engagement to get more speaking engagements. We didn't even get to talk, that's a whole video in itself. We're probably gonna make that video, so I want you to watch it, but how to use one speaking engagement to get more speaking engagements so there's this incredible momentum. There's so much we didn't get to touch. Hey, if you like that video, make sure you hit that like button before you go and hit the subscribe button so you can get more of our great content so it goes to the top of the algorithm. And if you head over to talkadot.com, not only will you get more in-depth resources there to help you with your speaking, but also you'll be able to get a free account for our amazing software tool that helps speakers like you pull leads from your speaking engagements, get data so you can actually have objectifiable information on why you're so good at what you do and how to use that data to book more speaking engagements. If you want to find out what Talkadot is, head over to talkadot.com. And remember, if you want to talk a lot, head over to Talkadot. See what I did there? Just go to the website. Trust me, it'll make more sense when you're there. I'll see you at the next video.